Fly Guy in the building. It's your boy Fly Guy. I'm here with my favorite guest, well, newest guest, Danielle. Today is episode Chronicles of Fly Guy, episode 25. And the topic is boyfriends and girlfriends getting husband and wife privileges. Now I know y'all probably missed me after such a long hiatus. Pepper Potts decided to take the boot and then dipped out. So now we have Danielle here who's willing to help me out. So appreciate that, by the way. Mm-hmm. So first things first, we're gonna ask that age-old question. In Texas, is there common law marriage? What do you think?
There is, but only to a certain extent.
Hold that.
Like, you have to be on like certain documents and stuff. You can't just be like, oh, because a lot of people have the perception that if I call you husband and she calls me wife or whatever, that way it goes, that's all you need. That's not all you need. Like, you have to be on like life insurance policies, bank accounts, all that kind of stuff in order to qualify for that.
So, do you think that people get it misconstrued or a misconception when they say, oh, this is my husband or this is my wife, that it just automatically counts like that? They don't have any documents saying as such. Yeah. Not necessarily like a court document.
I feel like people think it's cute, but it's not cute in the end, because then when somebody's trying to get you for what you got, then it's when it's a problem. Because that's only when it becomes a problem. They'll be like, oh, but you used to call me your wife, so let me go ahead and get half of what's in your bank account.
True.
Then it's the problem.
What y'all think? Do you think it's cute that you call your girl that's not your wife, or do you think it's cute that she calls you her husband? Because all of a sudden, like she said, it becomes a problem when y'all are having a problem, and it becomes like a breakup. So what we gonna do there? So me personally, I'm not gonna call somebody my wife. They're not my wife. I'm gonna call it what it is. This is my friend, this is my girlfriend, this is whomever it may be, what their title is. Danielle is my co-host today. So that's what I'm gonna call my co-host. Mm-hmm. Right? Cool. Alright, see, count. See? Right there.
For sure.
Okay, so what I found on the good old Google, it said it's known as a marriage, formalities or informal marriage is a valid legal way for a couple to marry in Texas. Texas law states that common law marriages may be proved by evidence, for example, two living together. Okay, well, see, here's the problem with that. I got my name on the water bill, I got my name on the house, and if that person's not necessarily paying towards anything towards the house, just the cable bill, can't really prove that. I mean, you have to really prove it. So, ladies or gentlemen, if you're trying to get that point across, make sure your name is actually on the lease too. That way, they can't put you out the house neither.
Or you just make sure you get mail sent there. Honestly,
well,
technically, you live somewhere if mail is delivered there. Like, you actually have to go through an eviction process if you receive mail.
If you receive mail, what if your clothes are there? Like your personal belongings are there too?
I mean, you can have that there, but I know technically, like legally, if I want to kick you out of some place and if you're getting mail there, I have to go through an eviction process. I can't just say, get your stuff and get out if you're getting mail there. You have to get mail.
Okay. So, basically saying if you live somewhere, that's where we're going to get this age-old thing out the way of common law marriage in Texas. Because I keep hearing from every person I talk to, oh, it doesn't exist, oh, it does this, oh, it does this. It exists. It does exist in Texas, so don't think that you're getting away by moving into your girl's house and not paying a damn thing, and then when she says, you need to get the hell out, and you have your mail going there, she got to go through the eviction process. If you have kids together, it's even worse. Because, I'll tell you this why. Because you have to go through that process. If you're not married, then you have to get basically like a common law divorce. And this is for, I want to say it's for child support purposes, but you should be willing to take care of your children anyways. That's just my personal opinion. But that can also be an issue too. So, gentlemen or ladies, however you choose, be careful with that. Now, so onto the thing of it's not your wife. That's not her husband. So it's now the title of boyfriend and girlfriend, correct?
Sure.
Well, we have these things we call husband and wife privileges.
Mhm.
Have you heard that before?
I have.
Have you seen it?
Mhm.
Have you done it?
I have.
So what did you do that you felt were wife privileges? Okay, what did you do for that person that you felt were husband privileges and you weren't married to him? And did it change your perspective on if you were to do it again or like I need to be married to this person before I do that?
I've done it all. Like to say we live together, cook, clean, build your credit, do all of that. I've done it as a girlfriend even.
Okay.
And it sucks, but I would still do it again.
Okay, so
Nicole.
one of them was access to finances.
Mm-hmm.
So credit card and debit card access to accounts. You end up getting an account together with your girlfriend. Now some men will do that. Some women will do that, and they say, "Oh, it's fine. I got the money in there. It's okay." But then you split. How do you split the money?
I would just never give nobody my whole account. Like I've had situations where I had my own account
Mm-hmm.
and he had his own account, and then we had one joint account.
Was it joint together for bills, or was it just joint this period?
Just period.
Just to slide money in there,
Yeah.
whatever, vacation.
Yeah.
We all have that vacation account that we put money
But
in.
I ain't gonna let nobody have my whole account.
Well, that's
not smart.
That's probably the smart.
That's
Probably the most intelligent thing to do is to not have an account where you're going to have somebody have full access to your money. Meaning, wherever you work at, whatever you do as a profession, you don't want that hard-earned money that you just work for going into his pocket or to his new pistol or his basketball game he might be going to, or if she is buying, not you, but
Bags.
exactly.
Bags.
The bags
Okay.
the bags you wanted, that she wants to buy a
Bags.
brand new bag. So what do y'all think? Do you think joint finances is a husband and wife privilege, or do you think you have to have an agreement and understanding about the finances that you have? Because if I'm working overtime and I'm trying to get all these things done, I don't necessarily want my money to just disappear.
I mean, there's an understanding too, though. Like, ain't nobody, like, you're not just gonna wake up one day and go buy a $4,000 bag out of somebody's account without saying nothing. At least I wouldn't think.
Well, you'd be surprised. And so it'll be like, well, it's okay because we have an account together.
Because my thing is,
I'm going to put it back.
On the real, like, you should never do something to somebody that you wouldn't want them to do to you. So if you were the one working your ass off and you wake up one day and somebody takes $4,000 out of your account, it's a problem.
Okay.
You can't do what you wouldn't want to be done to you. That's all it is.
Okay. So what about if you get a loan together?
I don't give loans to nobody.
But what if you do though?
I wouldn't.
Do you consider that a husband and wife privilege?
Yeah.
I do too.
I
ain't getting along with somebody. that's
you ain't about to mess up my credit.
That's another privilege that
No.
I personally know about. This is speaking to nobody in particular. I just, as a personal experience, I was told by my ex-wife, and this is, mind you, this is my wife. Okay, says those are your loans. You're not about to mess up my credit. Mm-hmm.
I mean, did you take out the loans for something for yourself?
Well, school.
Oh yeah, those are your loans.
So, but they're my loans. But hold up.
Those are your loans.
Hold up now. It say everybody says when you get married, you marry everything about that person with that person, right?
Yeah,
but bad, good and bad included.
Yeah, but like I have a school loan, but I wouldn't want my husband. I wouldn't expect him to pay it.
I'm not asking you to pay it, but if I'm saying, hey, I gotta take a little bit of this money over here to pay the school loan,
better get on a payment plan.
It's already a payment plan.
Well,
there.
like, you gotta do your part. I wouldn't expect my husband to front me money for my...
I'm not asking you, no. That's what I'm saying. They're not asking you to pay for it, but they're telling like, okay, you got $10,000 worth of debt, okay? Which is actually pretty cheap, by the way. You got $10,000 worth of debt.
Mm-hmm.
It is cheap. I mean, it's a car or something crazy. I don't know. He marries you, you marry him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a boyfriend or girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to ask that person, but we give those privileges where he says, I'll help you pay for this because I want to help you.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? But shouldn't that be a husband and wife privilege? Because you're married to that person. You're not going anywhere. And, I mean, obviously, if you have the debt, it's together. You can't, you married him when he had a debt. You wasn't tripping then.
No, that's why you got to talk about that stuff before you get married.
True. Some people don't, though. And that's why we had these what you call pop-up marriages. That's what I call them. Pop-up marriages because they, 6 months later, they're done. Nope. Got too much debt, got too much stuff going on, I can't do it.
No.
Because they didn't talk about it. Communication is the key. Communication is key.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So as husband and wife, are there certain things that you're just deal breakers? As I take it, like debt is one of them.
Yeah, if they're not an understanding beforehand, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't just go and marry somebody without knowing what's going on or what's happening.
Well, obviously, he's not gonna come into you and say, "Hey, well, I got all this school debt."
Yeah.
So, huh?
Yeah.
Well, no, he's not gonna come to you and say, "I expect you to pay my debt." He's not saying that. But you're gonna get a house. You're gonna tell him. Are you gonna tell him you pay the house all by yourself? Well, wait. Would you
Who
tell
are you
him?
asking?
Oh,
wait, what? Would he be expected?
Because you're gonna have debt together too.
Okay.
So you have debt, he has debt. It combines.
I ain't got no debt. For one. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I took. I'm responsible. But if you're married, would they want to pay the mortgage? Is that what you said? Would you? Are you gonna split the bills in the house? Or are you expecting him to pay certain things? He's expected to pay certain things.
Okay, what's he expected to pay?
Like if he paid the mortgage, HOA, that kind of stuff, cool. I could pay other stuff like water, lights, cable.
But that goes back to, is your name on the lease?
Oh, it's on there, but he paying it.
But are you paying anything towards the house? Because if y'all split and you ain't paying nothing towards the house, you can't take it.
Well, I'm not taking it. You sell it and then you do whatever else.
Well, I mean, if it was me, I'd be paying you force you to sell it. I mean,
yeah,
straight up.
Sell it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you sell it.
I force you straight up sell it. We split the equity and go about our business. That's just me, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But some people don't do that.
Oh.
And they don't. I'm trying to teach y'all a lesson here. Don't put somebody on something that you don't expect to be long term with them.
But you don't know you're getting divorced.
Well, you don't know if you're gonna be long term either.
Nobody's like, oh, I'm gonna go into this in about 2 years. I'm dipping.
Well, that right there. But at the same time, if it's your girlfriend or your boyfriend,
that's why you don't do that.
That's what I'm saying, though. What do y'all think? I need y'all's opinion. Like, share, and subscribe when you see this. I need your opinion. What do you think? Yes, do. And I know she got a fan base out there already from what I heard. So I want y'all to like, share, and subscribe. And comment, please. I will personally answer.
Well, obviously you wrote in the page. I hope you do answer.
I will personally answer it. I will send it. I will make sure Danielle has her little opinion in there too. I'll give her the phone. Here, go ahead and type the answer in there.
I don't know you want me to talk to me.
I mean, why don't you make? I'm like, this is Danielle, not Ben, not Flyguy, and me. Y'all know how I speak, so I'm just saying.
What does that mean? I speak ridiculous?
No, I didn't say. Did I say that?
But what do you mean by you speak?
Y'all know how I speak.
What does
Y'all
that
don't
mean?
know how you speak.
They don't know how to speak. They know 5 minutes of how I speak.
Because they haven't talked to you yet. You have not been here yet. You have not been on Chronicles of Flyguy. This is your first episode of Chronicles of Flyguy. Eventually, they gonna know. It's his Danielle how she speaks.
Okay.
Okay. We good though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make sure you ain't feeling that way.
Now you good.
All right. So finances, loans. The famous get and give a check. Guy gets a check, gives it to the girlfriend. What do you think about that?
Not your regular check.
Yeah. He gives it to her. Just here you go. Go pay the bills. Do you think that's a husband-wife privilege, or do you think it's?
That's a husband and wife thing. I mean, I've been given like side gig checks, like here, take this money, use it for whatever you need. Cool, but not his like regular check. He got his own shit to pay.
In that aspect, are y'all living together, or are you living in separate domains?
That would be separate. Living together. No, I wouldn't expect him to give me his check. You grown. Just give me whatever you need to contribute or pay whatever parts you gotta pay. I don't need your check. That's just me though.
I mean, what do y'all think? What do you think? Do you think you should play house before you live in the house together, and then figure out if you want to give it a trial run like a pilot, and then say, I wonder if I want to live with this person. Well, let me give her my check too, and then we'll get some loans together. And then when it doesn't work out, ooh, what do we do now? But if it does work out, oh, it's all great, it worked. But if it doesn't, what do you do? Now we're thinking. Okay, let's see. Access to vehicles. I got your spare key. You got mine.
That's fine. Because what if I have an emergency or something and I need somebody to come get me and you have the extra key?
Or I decide to fill up your gas tank while you're at work.
That's cool.
But then I run the gas out of your car.
That's dumb. I swear.
Now I ain't gonna lie. I see my parents do it. This time and time again. My dad will go run the gas out in the car, and then he'll go get his car, and it's already full up. And of course, my mom will be like, "Oh, you don't lost your damn mind." She's gonna fill up the car with the Star card, which of course they have together because they were husband and wife. So they had it together. It's a credit card, Star card. You go on that's a military Star card. You know, you can ask somebody about that. Right, a little Star card. She go fill it up or whatever. Then
yeah, but don't go waste the gas.
It's not like it was back in the day when gas was like 89 cents. You know
No, I'm not talking like money wise though. Like I just don't like to pump my own gas.
You don't like pumping your own gas?
No.
So your hands don't work for the gas tank, or
that's not my.
That's not your thing.
No.
I don't pump. You don't pump gas.
I don't like it. I'll do it if I absolutely have to, but if I can help it, I don't do it.
So what do you do? Go get the tenant?
No.
Like you had somebody else pumping for you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
I had like somebody drive from Laredo to come pump my gas because I.
Wow. You got it like that?
I don't like pumping gas. That's why I'm like, don't go fill up my tank and then use my gas because, you know, I don't like filling up tanks. So. No.
So, expand on that. Like, why? So, if
why?
you're on E,
I will ride it till like you know how to be like 45 miles,
right?
37,
right?
Like I will ride that bitch till it don't count no more. Like it's just low.
You're on fumes.
Yeah, I'm riding on spirits.
So in that case, your boyfriend would need to have your key.
Yeah,
to come get you, or have a spare to come get you and probably have a gas tank in the back because you don't bother to fill up your gas tank.
But then he should be doing it.
So is that understanding? Is that one of the understandings that we need to have as far as you're concerned?
Yeah, on my end, yes. Okay. I would like it to pump gas in my car.
And open the door.
Yes.
Okay,
that's
just a gentleman thing, you know. That's a gentleman thing. Chivalry has not died, as far as I know, but it's on the brink. So the brink of extinction for a lot of people.
For some people, yeah.
But this generation, we're trying to bring it back. So I don't know about
You
that.
have to
kid.
try harder.
Hey, I got a daughter, so if he don't open the door for you, pull your chair out, wait till you sit down.
And what if you don't?
He gone. Leave him alone. He don't know the basics.
That's what I'm saying. That's the
He don't know the
basics.
basics, man. And hey, and for those of you ladies that have sons out there, you make sure he pulls your chair out, opens the door, all those little basic things that he should do should become part of his regular routine. Do it when they're young, and it'll be a normal thing for them. So for those girls that say, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're too nice," yes, that's what I feel with that. So, anyways, so access to vehicles. Putting one person on the other, put one person on the other's insurance.
Oh no. As a girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
Mm. Why would you have to be on my insurance though? You ain't got no real job.
What if I got a real job, but I just want to be on your insurance? So
why? Your job don't come with insurance?
You're my girl, right?
Mm-mm.
No.
I drive you to the ER. I drive you to the ER. No.
Well, I feel the same way. That's another husband and wife privilege,
Yeah,
is that you don't put somebody in insurance because if that person can't drive then your insurance goes up. So they get in an accident, they get a ticket, they just have bad luck, they're reckless. And yeah, it's time to kind of
No.
go. You go that way with your insurance, bro. Like I got no. Do not put somebody on your insurance if you don't know they're driving. Now, I'm not saying go get a background check. I'm not saying go get there.
Why not?
Why? If you gotta get a background check on somebody, then
There is a lot of people on a dating level that would background check somebody.
Why am I gonna background check you though? I mean, shouldn't we be upfront?
A lot of people are not honest.
True.
So how are you gonna know they're not honest?
So you just gonna go check my background check?
Like you, I know where you work, so I know you pass the background.
Obviously.
So that's different.
I had to have my fingerprints and everything.
Yeah, like people don't just come to where I stay unless I know you pass some kind of background, or that's a way that with the kind of jobs that you have, that you can track somebody down. You come in here and kill me, at least I know they're gonna know where to find you.
True.
I don't see nothing wrong with background checks.
So how many background checks have you had done on people that your significance? She probably got a background check on her husband too.
I ain't got no husband.
Whenever she get one, she go, I'm sitting at the well like, hey.
Let it be known.
Like, hey, she get a federal background. Was it federal or state? He's like, man, it was federal. How you know? Like, shh. Just saying, bro.
I would do it. I know,
you get federal done?
I've done like, not many, maybe like 2. Not too bad.
I mean, there's public forums out there. Like I know there's one called Watchdog that does for like sex offenders. I actually ran into, there was a rumor going around when I was in college that a guy was on there, and a couple years later I saw him at the barbershop, and I was like, huh. And I just happened that site happened to pop up, so it wasn't Watchdog, it was something else. So I put his name in there, and sure enough, it popped up. I'm like, oh, okay, well, and they tell you the whole offense and everything. Like it's public information.
Mm-hmm.
It's public form. You just have to know where to look. So again, they're saying somebody else is on insurance, but only one makes the payment. How do you feel about that? Like, I got insurance, you got insurance, but I said, hey, get on mine and be a little cheaper. I'll make the payment though.
Okay.
What do I ask you to make the payment though?
No. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
So if it benefits you,
yes,
you take it. But if it don't benefit you, I'm asking you to do something, you ain't gonna take it. Because
I mean, let's be real.
I'm just waiting for you to say it.
That's your job.
My job. Well, I was waiting for you to say it. It's because I'm not your wife. But
that too, but no.
So why is it his job?
Like if you're coming up with the idea and you're like, hey babe, I think we should do that's your idea. You float that boat. You brought it up.
Do you compromise much?
Yeah. A lot.
You don't seem like it. Don't seem like it. If it's not Danielle's way,
No,
no
like
way.
I do a
You do?
lot.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking because the way you coming right now.
I'm just saying it doesn't like the stuff you're asking though. That's the problem.
Do y'all feel that there should be a compromise on payments of insurance or anything else that's being paid for if it was the other person's idea?
Yeah, if it's their idea.
If it's their idea, Danielle says, if it's their idea, they should pay for it. I'm saying maybe we should compromise because maybe somebody will come up short. So I'm not necessarily asking for who's right, but I want your opinion on what you feel.
This just brings up a lot because it's just like
it's a correct. I mean, I guess there's no right or wrong answer.
But then you say if I'm coming up short or whatever. I just feel like we're grown now.
Okay.
We're grown. Like if you can't pay insurance or you're coming up short on something, maybe you need to reevaluate the relationship status. Like maybe you're not ready to fully commit to somebody on that level if you cannot at this time. You're cutting it short.
So basically saying if you can't take care of yourself, how you gonna take care of somebody else?
Just saying.
I mean, that's what it kind of boils down to. But at the same time, if y'all are so in love with each other,
love
it
does not
takes
pay
more
the
than love.
bills.
It takes more than love, people, to pay the bills and keep the
Yeah.
lights on. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just delivering a message, an opinionated message, but a message all the same.
Mm-hmm.
So that's car insurance. Now we're going to go to the next thing. Access to cellular devices. Ooh.
I compromise. You can have all the shit to my phone, whoever I'm with. I don't have nothing to hide.
That is the age-old comment I always hear. I have nothing to hide.
I know.
But then we have this thing called, they have like secret folders and all these other things in the phone. It's like, well, give me the code. Okay, sure. Give me the code. They look at it or whatever. Here's the problem with that. You hand over your phone or whatever, and you know they want to look through your phone. My personal opinion is, if you're going in there looking for something, don't get pissed off at what you find.
You're fine.
If you're looking for something, if you're intentionally looking for something, a phone number, a person's picture, whatever, don't get mad at what you find.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you find it, you're like, okay, and you question about it, they tell you about it, and it's like, if it's a deal breaker, then again, you looked for something to piss yourself off. So I feel like sometimes when you look through phones, you're doing things to piss yourself off. So instead of pissing yourself off, just look at how the person acts. Look at what they're doing. Look at what they're not doing. You'll be able to tell without looking at their phone.
And not only that, that goes into the same thing like when people ask questions. Like, don't ask a question that you really don't want to know the answer to.
Okay, here's my thing though. Don't ask a question you don't want the answer to, but don't ask a question that you already know the answer to, which you expect me to answer a certain way. I'm not in school. Don't test me.
Not at all. Yeah, I don't believe in testing somebody. That's annoying. Big time.
What do y'all think? Do you think testing is acceptable in boyfriend girlfriend relationships, and you're acting like your husband and wife? Is it acceptable to test that other person? I want to see what you're gonna say.
No.
I don't think it is.
Because it's like you're straight like trying to antagonize somebody to get a reaction out of them, like you're testing them, and that's not cute. You're trying
to agitate an answer out of them, and once you get that answer, it's like, oh, well, I thought you were gonna say this, so.
And it's unnecessary.
That's true.
Like the reason you're with somebody is to be like together. You're supposed to bring some like peace, joy, calm. You know, doing all that, it's not it.
It's extra.
All the way.
You heard it from Danielle. Danielle, it's extra. It's coming from a female. It's not coming from Flyguy. Because I know women gonna be like, who Flyguy? Go.
No.
It ain't coming from me.
That's
So,
not cute at all.
she said it. That's all I'm saying. I've hit that point many times. The extraness is not necessary. Just talk to the person, and I'm pretty sure you'll get, might not get the reaction you want,
right?
But at least you'll get
something
without yelling either. Yelling is not necessary. You can't listen when you're yelling. There's a difference between listening to me and hearing me.
Sure, I agree.
And the okay, all right, whatever.
The write-offs?
Yeah, the write-offs.
No.
They don't work. Because, again, you're
not savvy. Like, you should know how to communicate when you're grown. Like, you're an adult. That's not how it works. We're not 7 years old.
You're right. Okay. But so, access to selling devices. She says, I have nothing to hide. That's the age-old thing. I got nothing to hide. Here's the code. Like I said, if you're gonna look for something, you're probably gonna piss yourself off. The other thing is tracking your person. These little iPhones. Well, that's why I don't have one.
Don't do me.
I'm doing you right now because y'all got this. What's it called? Find My iPhone.
Yeah.
I've heard about that one. Find My iPhone, and jokers be tracking them and where you going.
But what if it's a safety thing?
Safety's one thing. Hey, I'm going to.
I mean, like when I live
Guatemala.
in Houston, it's a safety thing.
I'm going to Guatemala. I'm going to Houston. I'm going out to the screw shop in Houston. Rest in peace, DJ Screw. Yeah, I said so. I'm trying to go. I'm going to the screw shop, and you end up in third ward instead of fifth, whatever. Okay, that I can understand. Or you're trying to find your phone, right? Or you need to share, you need your kid to share their location so you can find them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the boyfriend girlfriend aspect and perspective of what we're talking about, husbands and wives. Well, my wife, which is not his wife, is his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. She's over here, and maybe she didn't want to know she's over there. Maybe she was trying to surprise him with a gift or something.
I mean, they're not looking at the phone 24/7, so how he gonna know she rolling up with a gift?
Who knows? I mean, she could.
Because I'm talking from experience. The whole time that I lived in Houston, all 4 years, my location was on 24/7, and so was his. But I never was 24/7. Where is he? No. And neither was he. If I went, there's a few times that I stopped at a job just for lunch or something, and he had no idea.
Did you ever get curious about where he's at?
Nope.
What do y'all think? Is it a safety thing or is it a controlling thing? Or can it be a little bit of both?
It can be both.
Or could it be a little bit of both? Because, I mean, if I want you to know where I'm at, I'll just tell you.
I'm dead.
We're eating the popcorn.
People is waiting. Okay.
It's gonna be put up, y'all. As soon as we get done with this, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna edit out the end of it.
Yeah,
I turn the camera.
Stuff around here.
I turn the camera off, and then.
Okay. But yeah.
So, cellular devices. You have access to a cellular device. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna end it with this. If I want you to know where I'm at, I'll tell you. It's really if you gotta hide where you at, then you probably shouldn't be out there in the first place. Just plain and simple. I do tell my mom, I walk out the house. She told me, she says, true stories. I walk out the house, right? And I was wearing something I went to a party and I didn't tell her I was going to stay overnight because I ended up getting kind of, white inebriated where I'd have been I would have been on the other side of your chair. Huh? Yeah,
you so proper.
So I went over there, I stayed there, right? She knew what I was wearing. So she says, oh yeah, so they want to know your driver's license number. I said, okay, hey, yeah, and your license plate. I said, okay.
Who wants to know?
She said the officer wanted to know. I'm like, okay, sure. So I wrote it down, and she told me, she's like, well, I didn't want to tell you, but if I couldn't find it, at least have your driver's license number and your license plate, so she could get at least, I guess, a description of what my car looks like and all this nice stuff. So that's just a mom being a mom. But this is like husbands and wives. There should be a trust there. That's what I have to talk about before you get married. And if it should be just.
If you don't trust each other, you shouldn't be getting married.
Yeah, well, sometimes people say, well, if you want me to trust you, if you want me to trust you, I'll marry me.
Let me see how far you down. No.
Yeah. So some people are like that. Me, not personally.
Yeah.
If you can't trust me, and it's kind of, you have to build it. You know, trust has to be built. And if you lose that trust, it's hard to get back. So you have to work on that and show them.
Excuse me.
Well, she get tired, so let me speed it up a little bit.
You took all day, so that's not my fault.
I cannot help that. I was on call today, guys.
Lazy.
My bad. Everybody, so for those of her fans that are waiting,
Not
my bad.
fans. Calm down.
Y'all fans, stop playing.
I ain't got no fans like that.
Household privileges,
Oh, yeah.
laundry, cleaning, dishes, cooking. Who doesn't? Or do you do it together? Is it a gender thing? Or do you do it together? And if you're just a boyfriend or she's just your girlfriend, should it be done? Because you living at your crib, you living at his crib, he say, hey, why don't you come over here and clean my house real quick?
Not all of it.
So you expect him to do it so?
Yeah, because we're not living together.
But when you start living together?
That's different.
Okay, but you're not married.
Oh, shit.
Still privileges in there.
Yeah, no, I would still do it. Like, if we live together, I'm cooking, cleaning, washing dishes, doing laundry.
Do you feel like they should be split, or do you feel like he should just sit and watch TV and go to work?
I got it both ways, kinda, at some point. It's nicer if he does help.
Okay, but if he doesn't help, you're not gonna trip.
Nah.
I feel that if you both live there, you should both help. Me personally, I have certain ways I like things done, so I kind of like, it's kind of.
That's probably the reason I don't trip, because I'm really particular about stuff.
I'm particular about how my bathroom is cleaned, and when I had my own apartment, I was very particular about my bathroom. I started from the bathroom to the room to the kitchen to living room. I had things set a certain way. I didn't like things moved. So I guess you could say that's kind of like Monk from that show, Monk on USA. Tony Shalhoub.
That's another level.
Well, he was OCD. Like, he was extreme OCD. I'm not OCD like that, but you know, I like things done a certain way. So sometimes you like things done a certain way. You don't necessarily. It's nice to have the person help, but if you're both just, we'll just say in a sense, they're both general cleaning, general cooking, yada yada yada. Do you feel like it's a privilege that they're giving the person when they say, and sometimes it's a cultural thing too?
Right, I think, yeah.
Because I've been told before, one time, again, I was married, and she's gonna tell me, oh, when we get here, you ain't watching no football. First of all, I'm telling you, I'm not watching football. I love football. She hates it, but that's okay. Yeah, we're just, that's opposites, but whatever. Football's better. But anyways, she's like, you're not gonna be watching a football game, and then I'm like, whoa, first of all, who you talking to? Number one, like, I'm not some nigga in the street. I'm your husband, so let's get that straight right now.
Some bone face.
Well, you're gonna be helping us make these tamales. Are you asking me or are you telling me? Because last time I heard, I'm not a child.
She makes tamales?
Well, it's making tamales at somebody's house, right? So I get there, and it's a Hispanic family, you know, and first thing my mom says to me, she says, you know what your job is? I said, what's that?
Go sit down.
She said, exactly what she said. She's like, you go sit down and watch the football game with my mom. I said, that's like, damn right. And that's exactly what I did. Sat down and watched the football game with my mom. And it was a cultural thing. She said, men don't work in this house. You do the labor, the manual work, and pay the bills or whatever. We cook.
So when you went to the house, on a side note, Hispanic household, did you have to fix your own plate?
No.
Yeah, you don't get
No,
to play either.
no. I've been told that multiple times.
You sit down and that's it.
I've been told, it's so hard for me not to. It's so hard for me to not get up and do it myself but I know that to respect their household, I just sit there, and I've been told by multiple, like, look, I'm gonna do this once, but just remember, like, all right, cool. But it's hard because I've been friend or if it was like a female friend or a girlfriend at whatever point in time it was hard to not get up and do it myself because I was so used to serving myself. I mean, I've been told, get up and get your damn self. I'm okay, cool. So I get up and get it myself.
No.
But that household, no. And don't, like, I iron my own clothes, I wash my own clothes, I clean. And they say, I don't know why you do it, and like, cause I know how, and that's what I do. And like, well,
it's one thing. Like, I would say, like, let's say you're dating somebody, like me and my ex or whatever. We're getting ready to go to a wedding or something. Like, there's a lot going on. We're getting this, we're doing that, and he has to iron his own shirt in that time because we're rushing and stuff. That's different. But if I'm literally having nothing to do and I'm chilling, like, there's no reason why I can't be watching some TV and ironing some clothes.
I mean, that's what I do on Sundays when I'm watching football, so it's no different.
But I'm saying, like, the woman do it for a man. Not you to have to do it for yourself.
But why can't the man do it for the woman, though? Like, iron her clothes and,
You can. Just, I guess, cultural difference.
It's a cultural difference.
Yeah.
I mean, on that side, this is kind of a side note. I come from obviously a black family, so I was in Ohio, and I asked one of my great aunts for an iron. I said, "Where's the iron at?" And she said, I was kind of like, I was young, I was like 9 or 10 or something like that. And she said, I said, "Where's the iron?" And they said, so they called my mom and said, "Well, B asked for the iron." That's my name is Ben, by the way, y'all. But I go at Flyguy. So he said, "Well, B asked for the iron. What's going on?" She said, "What you mean?" She said, "Why are the kids ironing for themselves?" She's like, "They iron, cook, and clean, and do all that by themselves." She's like, "What? You taught them that?" She's like, "Well, yeah, y'all taught us that. So why I teach you that?" So old school generations, they follow the same thing. Like, you cook and clean for your husband or whatever. So it's really a cultural thing, and it's really a preference too. I mean, if that's what you were raised as and that's what you want to do, then go ahead and do it. If you don't, and he feel like he can do it himself, or she feels like she can do it herself, then cool. But if you don't have the time, I can see that too. Like, hey, I don't really have time to do this. Can you please help me out? Help me out.
Help a girl out.
Help a brother out. Help a girl out. Whatever. Then that's different. Other household duties, I was raised pretty independent, so then on that note, that's pretty much everything. There are some things that are done as husbands and wives that boyfriends and girlfriends do, and they end up giving those privileges, and they say, "Well, I'll never do this again," and they carry into the next relationship. Don't do that.
No, yeah, you gotta tell yourself.
Don't do that.
Get your mind right.
Humble yourself and don't do that, because just because the other person didn't
appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I sure lost it. Like, I lost it right there.
Like,
it's because the person that appreciates you, that person appreciates you, the other person might. And it doesn't mean that you have to stop doing what you're doing. If that's what you're used to and you're just a genuinely nice person, then do that. Don't become an asshole or bitch, because of somebody else. So treat each other nicely if that's what you want to do. If you feel like you're gonna go down that path of marriage, then great. If you feel like you're gonna curve the other way, okay. But if you're gonna play house, make sure you understand that you're giving husband or wife privileges without the title. But don't get mad when shit goes bad, because you're giving those privileges and you don't have that title. Everybody says, "Oh, well, a ring is just a ring. It's just a sheet of paper." No, 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 no. It changes everything. Does it not?
Mm-hmm.
It changes everything. Because it's not just, oh, I can just walk away and I can just. It's not like I said earlier. Love is not the only thing that holds a relationship together. It's not. You gotta have your finances. You gotta have that talk about children, or you're gonna have children. Pets.
Ooh.
Yeah, pets. Is Cujo gonna be there, or is Cujo not gonna be there?
Don't have to go.
Obviously, there's no Cujo running around here, so
okay,
Cujo
it's clean, you see.
Yeah, so obviously, for her, that's a no. It's one of those things. Maybe
See,
not.
I can compromise.
But she might like them. You might like a little lap dog, small. I can't stand a little small dog.
Those are not cute.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. She can compromise right there.
No.
But see, that's things that you have to talk about. So I guess I'll leave you with this, and this is for her fans too. By the way, glad y'all. Again, like I said, like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Please leave a comment. I will personally let her answer every last comment you leave. But I'll leave you with this. If you're going to do that, make sure you're aware of what you're getting yourselves into, and you know what husband privileges are, you know what wife privileges are, and have that talk. Are we gonna go down that road, or is this just something you do? What are we doing here? And make sure you check in with each other every once in a while. Have a seat and talk. Like, hey, so how's it going? Everything going okay? How you doing?
All right, yeah.
Check in with each other once in a while, because somebody could be feeling some type of way. Well, I'm Flyguy. This is Danielle. She won't let me give her
government name yet. The hell?
I ain't give you did I give you a government name?
Almost.
I mean, I could tell you your whole government name, where you work at, what you do. We ain't gonna do all that. This is Danielle. I'm Flyguy, and we out.